Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm out here in Dubai. With me I've got my good friend Josh Taylor. Josh, you're in Dubai, man. It's a flying visit for the pair of us, man, but what a place this is.
It's some place to be in and out here for the Kombatchain launch today, so exciting times with what's going on, so nice to be flying visit and a very useful visit, yeah.
Talk to me about the Kombatchain. You can see the wording behind you and the logo and stuff like that. Talk to me about your first impressions of what you heard up there. It was like an hour-long presentation. Some of it went over my head, but I'm intrigued by it. But what were your first impressions?
I think it's going to be brilliant. I think it's going to help grow the sport massively. We've seen other sports grow in terms of technology and the cryptocurrency and that as well. So boxing's never had that involved, and get this involved in boxing is specifically for boxing as well, to help the boxers grow their profile and help them make money and stuff as well. So it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to getting involved in it for sure.
You mentioned helping young fighters come through and earn more money and their profile, but for you, what stood out for you in particular? There was a lot going on. There was NFTs and the coins and stuff like that. But for you, what stood out more?
Well, yeah, the coins and NFTs thing. Memorabilia stuff like in terms of NFTs. You can get, if you're signed to NFTs and that, you can get, when it gets resold, you can keep getting commission, and keep making money on it as well. So it's going to help boxers that maybe not at title level or stuff, whatever, but are coming through. They've got big fan base, create an NFT and make money through the NFTs getting sold on and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, really good.
Loads of fighters here. Yourself, Terence Crawford, Regis Prograis, Eddie Hearn's there, Roy Jones Jr., Usyk, some big names in the world of boxing under one roof. So what would I ask you, how would you think that other athletes and fighters will respond to this sort of initiative and stuff like that?
I think for me, I'm definitely keen to get involved in it. So I think anybody that's going to hear about this should definitely get involved in it, because it's going to help grow the sport massively. We've got Eddie Hearn here, Richard Schaefer, Callis Sutherland, who are all going to be involved in it as well, which is going to help boxers that are on different platforms remove the barriers of fighters being involved with different platforms and different networks, because they're all going to be working together. So it's only going to help grow the sport and help the fighters earn the most amount of money they can throughout their careers. So it's going to be great, yeah.
Do you think it'll have a Kombatchain, will have a positive impact on fighters, young fighters coming through?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be good. The way that you see the names that are here today, and everyone that's involved, there's a few big people that are here, big names in that are here. So yeah, it's going to be great. I'm really excited to see how it goes.
I mentioned the names in this fight. You've got Terence Crawford as a potential opponent, as we spoke about. Regis Prograis, who has been a lot to say in terms of he won the fight, you didn't win the fight, and all this sort of stuff. Then you've got your next fight in Jack Catterall here as well. What was your mood when you seen all these fighters under this thing? You're fighting Jack Catterall in a couple of months. Regis is there. Terence Crawford is there. What were your thoughts when you seen these three here?
It's all in good spirits, it's all in good spirits. There's no needle there. We're all here for a common interest to help grow the sport of boxing and maybe invest a little bit of money in this Kombatchain and coins and help grow financially as well. For everybody who's in here for the same reason, to help boxing and grow, and also maybe make a little bit of money out of it as well. So yeah, it's going to be great. There's no feeling about the fights and stuff. We're all here for something else, but it's good seeing them all. It's all in good spirits today, so yeah, it's good.
I find it quite strange that instead of sitting you next to Ben Davison, Lee McGregor, Lee Wood, your gym mates and your coach, they sat you on table 3 beside Regis Prograis. Do you think that was set up?
I don't really care if it was or not. We get along pretty well, to be honest. We always kind of have, even before the fight. Before the fight, it was just more the competitive nature between the two of us, wanting to win. And I was the best. I am the best fighter. Proved it, and we're still quite friendly afterwards, so it's pretty cool. It's cool.
Jack was asking Regis jokingly for some tips on how to beat you. He didn't beat you, but he was asking him for some tips and asked Regis for sparring. Your thoughts on what Jack said and his comments to Regis?
I've seen them talking and whatever, but I just told him you'll give him all the tips you can, because he's going to fucking need them. And he will need them, but I don't think Regis is going to give anything away. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm not really cared if they do, because it's not going to make any difference.
I've got to ask, you put a comment out, I think it was a tweet, I don't know if it was the British, was it the Sports Personality of the Year Award, I don't know if it was that one, but Ugas wrote a nice comment, the WBA champion at What Up at 147, nice comment saying Listen, congratulations on becoming undisputed. Come up to 147. It'll be a great fight. What do you make of that?
Well, you know, it's good. You know, obviously I said in an interview about our sparring sessions when I put him over, which I shouldn't have really said. You know, it's what happens in the gym. You should stay in the gym, but I kind of got rabbited into saying it. They got it out of me. So, yeah, so obviously he responded with a couple of tweets and stuff. We've had a little back and forth, but in general it was quite respectful. Yeah, and congratulate him on the fight, and says, you know, when you come to 147, the fight's there. So, and that's a fight I'll be looking for as well when I go up. He's a good fighter. He's got the title, and I look forward to him keeping it warm for me and taking it off him.
Thing is, what about 147? I know you've always said you're not looking past Jack Catterall because you've seen the slip-ups, you've mentioned the slip-ups. But is you guys, for you, the weakest of the champions right now in terms of Spence and Crawford?
No, you can't say weakest. You know, I wouldn't say weakest because he's a good fighter. But I just think I've got the beating of him. You know, I think I've got the beating of them all, to be honest. You know, but it's just yeah, it's definitely one fight that Ugas is probably, it's quite easy to make. You know, if I go up to 147 eventually, I've got to wait really on Crawford. Crawford's going to be looking to unify against the likes of your Spences. He's looking to do that now, you know, so I'm going to have to wait in line, or unless the big fight's there, I'll take it. But I'm not stupid. I know, you know, I can't just go in. He's going to be looking to do his own thing. So yeah, but yeah, these fights are all potential opponents down the line. But for the time being, Jack Catterall's my main focus.
Going to your tweet then, you said the first British fighter in the 4-belt era to hold all four belts, including the Ring Magazine belt. The Sports Personality of the Year award seems to have, along with Sky Sports and the other networks and that didn't pick up your fight, seem to show. Are you calling it disrespect now? Do you feel disrespected by these organisations and networks aren't picking?
I'm not bothered, Andy. Honestly, I really couldn't give two shits about Spoty or being nominated or anything or that, you know. But I just thought I'd put it a point, you know, like given what I've achieved in the sport this year. In terms of British boxing achievements and the history of the sport, and the history of the UK actually, the UK this year, who's done or achieved what I've achieved this year in sport in general this year? Nobody really, you know. And just to be completely ignored and completely, you know, not even acknowledged, you know, is, I think, just a little bit disrespectful. But I really couldn't give two shits, you know. I'm not like that, you know me. But I just thought I'd put a point, you know, like how can someone that's done that not even get a mention? But I wasn't going to go anyway, do you know what I mean? So I didn't want to be affiliated with that anyway. It's crap anyway, but I just thought I'd put it the point, is just to say I've achieved what I've achieved. How can you ignore it?
Exactly. Well, Josh, I'm intrigued by what's happening in here, the NFTs, man. Get them NFTs, let me buy a couple, let me resell them, let's make some money, man.
Definitely, 100%, you know. And the good thing about this as well, you've got Eddie Hearn here, Richard Schaefer, Callum Sutherland, all three different promoters with different platforms and different networks. Now, with them working together and agreeing on this and having a common interest in boxing, it removes the barriers as to when fighters, for example, Terence Crawford chasing the Spence fight, it's going to remove them barriers in terms of networks and promoters and that, because we're all going to be getting shown on them all, which removes the barriers, you know, so which ultimately helps boxers like myself get these big fights without these barriers in the way. So it's only going to be great for the growth of boxing, so I'm looking forward to it.
Josh, I seem to interview in a different country each week, so I don't know where next week's going to take us, mate, but wherever it is, I'll see you there. Go and enjoy the rest of the day here. I think there's still food, there's desserts and stuff like that. I know you ain't making weight, so go and enjoy a cake, mate, and I'll see you soon.
Will do. See you later, mate.
Cheers, Josh. Thank you.